Hello there, Aussie girls. It's Mel McMahon, your Aussie fasting coach. And today I want us to focus once again on staying safe while we are fasting. Today it is very important, and we're going to focus on what is often a misunderstood area when it comes to fasting and women's health. It's called Fasting Smart, Hormonal Health and Your Cycle. And trust me, this is something that every woman needs to hear who starts playing or using intermittent fasting in their lifestyle. Let's dive in. We all know and we have seen how fasting is so powerful, but it must be synced with your hormonal cycle. Let's start with it. Well, fasting's brilliant. We know that. It reduces inflammation, it supports metabolic healing, it clears brain fog, and so much more. But we are not men. God designed women with a beautifully complex hormonal rhythm, especially when we are during our cycling years. So if we fast the same way every day, or we just try and push through extended fasts at the wrong time, it can leave us feeling depleted, anxious, moody, and even it can mess up with your cycle. And that's why I want to show you the way for how a woman should fast according to her cycle, so that her hormones are supported and not fought against. Let's talk about what happens during your luteal phase, which is when we should avoid longer fasts. Here's a little bit of science, but in plain language. Your monthly cycle has two main halves. Your follicular phase, which is from your period to ovulation, and your luteal phase, from ovulation to just before your period. During your luteal phase, your body's gearing up for a possible pregnancy, even if you're not planning on getting pregnant. That means that progesterone rises because your body becomes a little bit more insulin resistant, and it needs more calories, a little bit more carbs, and more rest. So don't push into the 24-hour or the 36-hour fast at this time. It's just not a great idea, because it can stress your body, it can raise cortisol, and it can leave you feeling irritable, bloated, or just plain exhausted. So what are some signs that you need more food during certain times of your cycle? How do you know when your body's asking for more? Here are some of the signs that you may notice. You may feel more intense cravings, and it just is more urgent that you eat certain foods. You probably are feeling hangry, or you might feel a bit shaky between meals. Your sleep may start to suffer. Your periods may become irregular or even start missing. You may feel low, flat, or just unusually teary. It's as if your body is saying, I need more fuel this week. And when that's the case, you need to give your body the fuel that it needs. Well, let's talk about how to modify fasting around your monthly rhythm. Here's a simple way to think about it. From day 1, that's when you start bleeding, to day 10 is early in the follicular phase. Your body is the most insulin sensitive during that phase, and it's a great time for intermittent fasting of around 13 to 16 hours, and even the occasional 24-hour fast. From day 11 to 14 is normally your ovulation fast. It's still a good time for fasting, but make sure you're nourishing your body and you're giving a lot of nutrient-dense foods. From day 15 to day 28, or when you bleed again, is called your luteal phase. And that's time to dial back the fasting. It's really time to feast with nourishing, good hormone-building foods. Stick to fasting no more than 13 hours so that you're eating healthy carbs like sweet potatoes, pumpkins, and berries. They really support your progesterone as it builds up to when you start bleeding again. Once your period arrives again and your cycle resets, you can ease back into some of those longer fasts again. Not rigidly, but rhythmically. It's a little bit like a tide or a dance. We really need to work with our hormonal cycle, not against it. Well, you might say to me, but Mel, what, I'm in perimenopause or I'm even post-menopause. If your cycle is all over the place or it's stopped completely, this is for you too. First of all, let me speak for the perimenopause women. With your hormones fluctuating unpredictably, it's really important that you tune into how you're feeling and where you're really up to in your cycle. Some days you may fast more easily, other days not so much. Try and do that reset just continually over and over until your body finds its rhythm. For post-menopause women, because you actually don't have a cycle, you can actually fast a little bit more than the cycling woman. But it may be important to sync with the moon cycle, and I talk more about that in other videos. Use your tools like your blood sugar, your energy levels, and your sleep quality to guide you. Remember, fasting should be supportive, not punishment. Well, let me share some final thoughts. Fasting is not just about when you eat, it's about when you don't eat. And as a woman, we have the beautiful privilege of living with the rhythm of our hormonal cycle and with our bodies. So we need to listen to our cycle, honor our hormones, and adapt to it with grace. Remember, your body is not trying to sabotage you. It's trying to speak to you. Well, in our next upcoming video, we're going to talk about another really important topic, and that is when fasting is absolutely not recommended. I'll give you now, it's during pregnancy and breastfeeding and during your teenage years if you're a younger woman. We'll talk about what to do instead if you're in that season of life. Well, in the meantime, keep fasting safely. Make sure that you are doing the best for your health and that I look forward to seeing you in the next video.